Hello YouTube fam, how y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, the channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim, man. I was out and about, in the month of October and, with my wife, and we were at Ross and, we were looking around at stuff, man. And I come up to find some Super 7 stuff in there, some Ultimates, some Dungeons and Dragon figures, man. And, I was really just hell bent on showing you because I just thought it was cool. I ended up getting into the Hasbro line, which I was so disappointed about. The figures didn't scale well. One, two, the figures were brittle. Three, they were overpriced. So the Hasbro figures were just completely a letdown. So I was thinking what to expect, going into a different particular toy line, toy genre. And I was just thinking to myself, I said, man, Super 7 is at Ross. They're $20 a piece. And I'm just like, what does that mean for you, It could mean a lot of stuff. I showed you this figure already, but I want to show it to you again. From Dungeons and Dragons, the animated series, we have Hank the Ranger. And the reason why I want to show this again, just to show the other figures. This figure at Ross, 1999. One thing I love about this is the box art. Now, with the box art and everything, I was just like, man, this is cool. This is amazing. I love the faces. He has 2 extra heads, 4 hands. The bow and the arrow. To me, that's cool. The colors are popping, green and light green. He looks just like he did on the animated show with that super blonde yellow hair. Great figure, right? The box even looks like a dragon a little bit, right? That's cool. Then you look on the back and you see everything that, Hank is, far as his age and, all of that and speed and abilities, that's cool. But again, I said solid figure, worth picking up. Next thing that I seen at a later date was Sheila the Thief. Now Sheila actually looks like Sheila. She comes with 2 extra heads. Now to me, the best heads for Sheila are this one here and this one. Those look just like the ones from the cartoon. Now I know a lot of people don't have ties with any of this stuff, but I do. The nostalgia is there, And these were some solid figures, man. Super 7 does some quality work. Not every piece that they make is good, but I'm like, for $20, and the actual Hasbro ones were 20 something dollars, 25 or something like that. I end up getting those at like Ollie's and Ross, the Dungeons and Dragon ones from Hasbro. But again, Ross too. And when I look at these are better quality. The colors pop. Look at this. Look at the color here. Look at the pink here. Look at the purple. Look at everything. The cape, her extra hands, the extra heads. Dude, everything about this figure screams badass. I love when they do stuff like this. I love when, we bring back cartoons that actually look like the damn cartoons. Toys from the cartoon lines that look like them, bro. That's not hard. But the last figure I got from that particular toy line is the same figure that I had before. Sheila the Thief. Cloak of Invisibility. Now, this figure here looks creepy just a little bit. She looks like a ghost. Look at it. She still has the extra 4 hands and the extra 2 heads. But what's exaggerated about them are the lips and the eyes and the eyebrows. And that is so cool, ain't it? It just shows you that, man. And you can see the cloak right here. Man, see, that's one of the things that I like about particular toy lines. It screams out what, things are there, man. And if you look at the figures side by side, they're not the same figures. They're not. Either way you put it, they're not the same figure because without the color, and by this one being see-through, dude, you could do anything with this figure. That's the cool part about it. That's the cool part of collecting. That's the cool part of having, your thought process with stuff, man. That's the thing that I like, man. I like being able to buy stuff and understand what it is that I like about the particular stuff. But, as I knock over stuff, basically. My bad. You look on back and you see her with the cloak of invincibility, man. And it looks just like the cartoon. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Just, you giving us what we as grown-ups were used to and actually liked. And each figure was $19.99. And they weren't bought at the same time. Before anybody say, man, I thought you was talking about saving money and stuff, and you constantly buying stuff, bruh. I buy stuff when I can find it. I buy stuff within my price range. Not everything was bought at the same time on the same day or anything. It was bought when I had the money. If I don't have the money, I don't buy it. Simple as that. But, to me, that's just something to say wow with, man. That's just like next level type shit to me. You get what I'm saying? But with that being said, fam, I want to say thank you for watching. I picked that stuff up at Ross. I thought it was really amazing. But to later, peace out.